Hello, my wonderful people. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, depending on your time zone or anytime you are coming across this my platform. If you like what you are watching, please kindly subscribe, put on your notification bell to all notification. In that way, you'll be able to know when we upload a new video. Here we react to all forms of video, local, international, especially what is happening in Nigeria. I also want to use this opportunity to appreciate YouTube. Yes, I will keep on appreciating them because YouTube is one of my best platforms for creating this wonderful platform for us to use to disseminate information to the members of the public. And as well, I will also put a disclaimer that Linda's TV show do not promote any hate speech, violence, or misinformation. We are here to educate, inform, and we react to all forms of video. You see us sitting there watching the video together and after analyzing it.
Today is the 24th day of July 2023. I have just watched a very disturbing video of the governor of Enugu State, the illegitimate governor of Enugu State, ordering people to go and seal Biafra shop in Enugu. And I saw the video and I couldn't stand it. So on this note, I am mandating every Biafran in Enugu State to identify those who were sealing the shops of Biafrans in Enugu, and at the same time identify the office they came from, because I can see the inscription on their jacket. I want this information to be made public. We are going to seal their homes. We are going to seal their office. We are going to also make sure that Biafrans carry a heavy crusade.
Someone use themselves very test run whether you know black and white not even come. No security about for they don't sell off shops we no open today. They don't sell off shops we no open today.
Call to the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, or whomsoever the President designated for him to meet. Where was he making that comment? At the seat of government of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, with our coat of arms behind him. With the coat of arms of the Federal Republic of Nigeria in the villa behind him, and he ran down the whole ethnic population of this country. So, don't you think that it was a strategy, it was an approved speech? Why do I say so? Within a space of 6 weeks, 3 significant things were happening at the same time. Asari Dokubo was in the villa, running down Igbos who killed them, they were slaves, and he forgot that he was from Abia State. His grandparents were from Abia State, and they were sold into slavery. In 2020, if you watched another video where he was praising Biafra, that anybody who never believed in Biafra is not a patriot, each time he says such a thing, they give him contract. I hear now they are giving the security contract from Abuja to Kaduna, so that's probably what is out. So on one hand, the president of Nigeria was making a Nigerian of Igbo extraction, the chief of naval staff, and everybody was applauding that. And as that one was going on, they sent out Asari Dokubo to run down a whole tribe. It was not enough. In Lagos State, the government of Lagos State was, systematically destroying the properties of Igbos at Alaba Market. So it's significant things. And the president thinks he's very smart. Give us chief of naval staff as if that is the means of livelihood, but go on to destroy the integrity, the ultimate integrity of Igbo man. There's nothing our people appreciate than our honor, the hard work we put to make this country a successful place, to make this country one. I doubt, with due humility, if any other tribe has made as much compromise in terms of human-to-human relations that the Igbos have done. Look, check of all the presidents or governors in this country. Only Dr. Nnamdi Kanu, as president of this country, non-executive president of Nigeria. Do you know whom his his ADC was? ADC is the closest security person to any top government official. Muratala Mohammed, Captain Muratala Mohammed was the ADC to Nnamdi Kanu. No other leader in this country. He will not only get a person from his ethnic group, if it's possible from his village. The Igbos have shown unsurpassed devotion to public duty. And we get this. A few years ago, the Oba of Lagos said, because Igbos in Lagos voted for a Yoruba man that was not of their own approval, that we should drown in the lagoon. And as of today, neither the Lagos State government, nor the now president of Nigeria, or Buhari's government, had made a comment that the whole tribe should perish in the lagoon. And we're talking of unity, love. Where is it? Where is it? I suppose we have been very foolish to leave our environment, go to other places, develop them out of love, to make money too, civilize people. Because we go to places, build houses, and they see that it's good to live a lot better than they found themselves initially. And I have said here some 4 or 5 months ago how the Sultanate wanted to jail Ahmadu Bello in 1937 after he ran for the Sultanate against the grandfather of the present Sultan. They sued him to court in Guzau Magistrate Court for the non-payment of tax. Igbos contributed money. 8 Igbos, including my late father. 8 Igbos contributed £2 in 1937. Went to Lagos and got H.O. Davis, and some went to Onisha and brought Ebuna. And they came to Guzau Magistrate Court and make sure that Ahmadu Bello was discharged. That was how finally they made him Sardauna of Sokoto and entered into politics. That gave rise to the alliance between NCNC and NPC that lasted for more than half a century. Tell me, what else can Igbos do in this country to show love of country, to show love of fellow citizens? At each turn we receive condemnation. It is even more, so painful that the person condemning us we should die, they should kill us. It's an Igbo boy in the name of Asari Dokubo. And he does not see why Nnamdi Kanu should be released. So I find it very painful even to discuss the matter. But like I warned, or rather advised the Buhari's government, and I advised Tinubu, because I know him one-on-one. When I was chairman of NRC, he was a senator. I met him severally. I will advise him in his own interest of this country, and for the love of this country, that they should release Nnamdi Kanu. Buhari said, let the legal process take its course. The legal process has taken its course. The Court of Appeal, second highest court in this land, has discharged him, and they are still holding him. I pray that nothing happens to that boy in prison, that he does not die in prison. If he does, they can call it an advice, they can call it a threat. The situation will not be the same in this country. I pray and I hope Tinubu is smart enough not to be a Buhari.
All right, just to take you back to what you said earlier, because it will not be right really to conclude that probably Asari has been sent by anyone, to say what he's saying, because investigation into the first time that video was made showed that it appeared on YouTube on the 1st of October 2022. So it only resurfaced again as a viral video after his visit to the villa, where he talked about how military are involved in pipeline and oil theft in the country. So it would not be right to say someone sent him. And that investigation shows that he was actually reacting to a statement which he said some people made some statement about him, the Igbo people, people who are supporting the LP candidate at the time.
What is significant, whether anybody sent him or not, he made that statement in the seat of government. The properties of the hybridization of how or what happened before he made it is no more important. If you look at where he was sitting down, he wasn't sitting in his private sitting room, or as I am here on this table with AIT. He was sitting at the executive seat of the government of the Federal Republic of Nigeria with our coat of arms behind him. I couldn't be bothered whether it was at President Tinubu or Buhari. What is important, that he had the audacity of purpose to sit on the table of the federal government, as it were. That is where government gives press conferences, to give information to the rest of us. All he did there was to castigate the people, and was urging Tinubu not to release Nnamdi Kanu. So that must have happened in this government. If you read the whole thing he said, there was nothing else. He wasn't complaining about any ill treatment of people in the Niger Delta, which most parts of the Southeast are also part of the Niger Delta. He wasn't complaining. Systematically, he zeroed in on the Igbos, which was one of them, or which is still one of them, whether he liked it or not.
So what could have led to such deep-seated, hatred for the Igbo people from the statements he's making? Because he also alluded to the fact that, during the support for the LP, those are called obedient movement, claimed that they held a 2 million man march or rally for the LP candidate, and then that he believes it was a lie. But is that enough, really, for someone to condemn an entire ethnic group?
This is why, you remember, during my 30 minutes program on this platform, making my tribute for my good friend Raymond Obesi, I said 32 years ago, when Raymond Obesi came and was running for the presidency of this country, he came to Anambra. I was chairman of the National Republican Convention, and he said something. He, as it were, castigated the Igbos, the delegates he met. He said, look at you people. Today you're complaining of minorities, the Yorubas, Hausa, Fulani, and some people jumped up, wanted to attack him. I said, no, let's listen to him. He said, look at yourself. For every gift God has given to people anywhere in this country, the Igbos have the best of it. If you had governors, 5 governors who are Igbos, 10 years they will turn this place into London or any other place in the world. You don't need Nigeria to be what you are, because you don't have leadership. After Raymond Obesi said that, we contributed 22,000 plus and said, put petrol in your car. Nobody in Anambra ever forgot that. It was top news in this country 32 years ago. So I'm not blaming Asari Dokubo for what he said. I'll blame ourselves for lack of leadership. Today we have 2 APC governments, 1 Labour, 1 ABGA, 1 PDP. Hardly do they talk to themselves, but they are our leaders. So we also have internal problems, which, I'm discussing with top level leaders in both parties. How do we begin to sort out our problem? Because we have to sort it out, at least for the defense of our own people who are helpless. People are being slied, their noses are being sliced. You see it in social media. That's where we have degenerated. And if you remember, 4 years ago I warned on this platform that Nigeria is gradually falling into Afghanistan. We're even worse than Afghanistan now. Because every day 10, 20, 40 people are killed in different places in this country. It's worse now in Southern Kaduna and Plateau State, not to talk of Benue. Is that the way we live? And this president is now telling us how difficult it was to rule Nigeria. He didn't know that for the 8 years he was jumping around the world with our presidential jet. When you don't have a vision to put Nigeria back more than 20 years, how should or why should Asari Dokubo complain of Labour? I'm not in Labour Party. I don't have any sympathies for anybody. I'm a PD person, and I thought by my calculation it was easier for the Igbos to come into limelight. That was Akueme's belief. That was Ojukwu's belief. That we start, because of this hatred, which you are now seeing all over the place, let us go stage by stage. Akueme was vice president, and we were right in power, right in the corridor of it. P2B was vice presidential candidate to Atiku Abubakar. If he was again vice presidential candidate this time around, PDP would have been in government. It would have been the easiest point, by the grace of God, for us to see power. By the time anybody woke up in the morning, we'll be in power. And help. The unfortunate thing about it is that even when Igbos will be in power, other people will profit, not Igbos. Our people are not used to government projects. Well, self-indulgent people, we develop ourselves industrially, So for anybody to say that because people supported Peter, therefore they should be murdered, why? Everybody has a right to support any candidate. I've lost my ward. I lost my local government to Peter, which never happened before. That was the choice of my people. Many governors lost their wards. That was the choice. Igbos voted because they felt a form of exclusion. Let us throw this vote, then you get lost. And they have thrown the vote. I don't know what they call it. The tribunals will say that's a different kettle of fish. It is sub judice. I won't comment on that. But I don't know how it's going to go. So people have a right. This APC that's talking, to the best of my knowledge, they probably won about 5 or 6 states in this country. Every other thing was rigged. Every other thing was rigged. They probably won only Oyo, Ekiti, Kwara, Borno, and one other place. I'm telling you, PDP won more than 80% of what is now northern Nigeria. Labour won Lagos and so many other places. Only INEC knew how they were able to manipulate this. But the case is in tribunal now, so we'll see how it goes. But I pray God that this country is a beautiful country. I must tell you, beautiful country. If honest people, like the Bible says, the poor rejoices when the righteous is in power. But unfortunately, the righteous have to be in power first before the poor will rejoice. Would they allow the righteous to come to power? They will not.
Hello my wonderful people, as we have finished watching this interesting video, please, I want to see your comment, your contribution, your opinion in the comment section. Like I said earlier, let us do it constructively. Tell me what you think about this video that you have just watched, and also about the platform. If you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Please remember to subscribe, put on your notification bell, share this video, and remain blessed.